This video is going to be about how to deal with depression and anxiety, you guys. This was requested from one of my loyal ones in my live stream. So it's your girl, Green Eyes Goddess. Let's get into it. So to deal with anxiety and depression, you guys, let's really talk about it, because first of all, we all have anxiety. Everybody has anxiety. The thing is, some people's anxieties levels are higher, and that's really just because of their lifestyle. That's all it is. Or they just don't know how to deal with the anxiety, so it just increases. Okay, so yeah, we'll get into anxiety first. So anxiety and depression could tie into each other in a way, but then again, not really. They are their own separate thing. So anxiety, you guys, to deal with anxiety, when you are anxious, you guys, it's good to ground yourself, okay? Like, if your anxiety is to the extreme where like you're about to have an anxiety attack, you guys, and how you'll know that is because you'll get like shortness of breath. You feel like you can't just take deep breaths or breathe right, or you'll have like sweaty palms, you guys. But or you might not get any symptoms, you guys, but you just know you're like having freaking major anxiety right now. So the best way to deal with anxiety is you want to ground yourself, okay, you guys? So what you want to do is you want to make yourself present to the moment, okay? So you find something around you that makes you happy. Like, you can look at a plant, okay, or you can look at a picture, or you can look at your kid, you know what I mean, and just be like me, okay, I'll look at my kid and I'll be like, oh, okay, he has nice curly hair, he has nice lips, you know, such a nice smile, nice eyes, you know. Start noticing every little detail about your kid in that moment. Oh, he's playing with his car. Really just, you gotta come back to like right now and just be in the moment, you guys. Oh, okay. Let me look at the tree. The tree's green. The leaves are turning kind of orange. You know what I mean? Whatever's around you, should just pay attention and just to ground yourself and be in the moment, pretty much, you guys. Yeah. So another way to help with anxiety, like some people get anxiety from being in large crowds, being around a lot of people. You basically want to change like your senses. Like, you got to do something with your senses, like your taste buds. That helps. So like if you eat like sour candy or like lemon or saladitos, those help, you guys. Yeah, see, say if you're like around a lot of people, like, and just keep some saladitos or some lemon pills in your purse, and whenever your anxiety starts acting up, just put one of those in your mouth, and you just changed like your taste buds. Like, taste, that's one of your senses, so you change that, and then that can help calm your anxiety, you guys. So yeah, that stuff really works. Okay, so another way is to just, you know, you gotta breathe. You gotta take deep breaths in, you know, just breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Slow breaths, you know what I mean? Breathing helps. You can look up breathing exercises and really like do breathing breathing exercises, and that can really help with your guys' anxiety, you guys, okay? So yeah, now let's talk about depression, okay? I actually have a whole video on depression, how to deal with depression, but I'll link it up here, or I'll put it in the end screen or something for you guys. So let's get more into it, or let's talk about it. Depression, you guys. Okay, this is a big one. Also, living in the moment helps with depression, because when you don't live in the moment, you can really be depressed, especially if you're living in the past. You guys don't want to live in the past. You don't want to think about the past. You don't want to keep, like, whether it's good or bad, you don't need to think about the past. You want to think about right now, you guys, because you could be like, oh my God, I'm thinking about all the bad stuff that happened in the past, and those feelings that you felt before, you're going to feel them now. And that's also going to help you attract more of those bad stuff. So you don't want to ever think about any bad stuff that ever happened in the past, okay? And just by thinking about the good stuff that happened in the past, you could be like, damn, like, why is my life not like that no more? You know what I mean? So that can kind of have an effect on depression too, you guys. So it's just always good for depression and anxiety just to live in the moment, just to be present, you guys. Living in the moment really is what's going to bring you peace and happiness. Being grateful for your present moment, your present situation. You know what I mean? Gratitude is a big one. Gratitude is a huge one when it comes to depression, okay? You need to be grateful for your life. You need to not look at other people's life. You need to stay off social media, okay? If you're not happy with your life, stay the F off of social media, you guys, because you're gonna see all these people living their best life, but it's not really their best life because social media is so fake. So they're only recording the good moments, but you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. You know what I mean? That shit is all staged, you guys. Instagram and all that BS. Stay the F off social media. It's not going to help you with your depression. Tune into your life. You know what I mean? You know, like, just be grateful for what you have in your life, you know? Stop being so anxious to get to a better life. Like, be present in what's going on now in your life, you know? It doesn't matter what situation you are in. Like, I don't care what situation you're in. I seriously don't. Like, it doesn't matter if you're homeless. You know what I mean? If you're sleeping in your car, have gratitude that you have a car to sleep in, because some people don't. If you're sleeping in a homeless shelter, be freaking grateful that you have a roof over your head and don't have to pay no bills. Seriously, you just need to think and look at your situation as a positive. You need to look into the positive instead of always complaining about your situation and wishing it was better, because that will make you so depressed. Be grateful for the people that are in your life right now, and F the people who are not in your life. Straight up. Like, straight up. You stressing and being depressed over them is not going to bring those people to you. But if you're not grateful for the people who are in your life right now, then those people are going to be gone too, and you just ain't going to have nobody. Straight up. Okay? So, just gratitude. Like, literally, gratitude will change your whole vibration, you guys. When I was depressed, I would literally wake up every morning and I would write down what I was grateful for. I'm grateful for having electricity. I'm grateful for having food in my fridge. I'm grateful for my son. The simple things. You feel me? The simple things. Be grateful for. I'm grateful for having all my senses. You know what I mean? Like, literally, when you write down what you're grateful for, it sends a signal to your heart and it changes your vibration. It raises your frequency. It raises your vibration, you guys. And that's the main thing, to have a high vibration, okay? I'm sure I have a video on raising your vibration somewhere. I'm going to have to link it somewhere in here too. You guys, in the description or somewhere. But to get rid of depression, you have to raise your vibration. You have to focus on doing things to raise your vibration. Whether it's affirmations saying, I am happy, I have a good life, I have a high vibration every day. You know what I mean? Whether it's mirror work, whether it's writing down what you're grateful for, whether it's anything that makes you happy, makes you raise vibration, music that you listen to, singing, dancing, whatever it is, raise your vibration. You know what I mean? Seriously. I feel like I should make another video raising your vibration too, because that's so important, you guys. It's so important. If we had a high vibration, we would not be depressed. We just wouldn't, because that's a low frequency. Another thing is to not live in fear. When you live in fear, you are fear is the lowest frequency in the universe, you guys. I want you guys to know that. You should not fear anybody. You shouldn't even fear God. Yeah, I know the Bible tells you guys to fear God, but we not going, this ain't about the Bible. That's for sure. But do you really think that the creator of the universe would want us to live in fear? Would attach that low frequency to the creator of the universe? Like, that wasn't the creator. The creator of the universe don't want us to fear the creator of the universe. I don't know what God, well, I do know what God wants us to fear him, but we're not gonna get into that, like I said, okay? Just don't fear nothing. Because when you're fearing God, like, oh my God, I did this wrong. Oh, I feel so bad for my sins. I'm going to go to hell. But just that right there can put you into a depression. I'm not doing wrong. I'm not supposed to do this. I'm not supposed to do that. I'm supposed to be a good Christian woman or whatever the F, y'all. That will put you in a depression. It will put you in a depression because you're at the lowest frequency. Fear is the lowest frequency, okay? All the shit that they put on the news is to put us in a low frequency. It's to put us in fear, in the fear frequency, okay? They want us to fear the fucking world ending. They want us to fear the fucking whatever the fuck's about to happen to us, the next pandemic. Like, we just can't live in fear, you guys, because that puts us at a low frequency. And the most important thing to not be depressed is to have our frequency at a high frequency, at a high vibration, okay? So don't live in fear, y'all. Just don't do that. Okay? And the most important thing is to be in the frequency of love. To be in the frequency of love, you guys. Do you guys want to know where the love frequency at? The love frequency is in nature. Okay? This is the most important thing. If you, well, gratitude is important too. Yeah, all this is important. All this is important. Okay, it's just all important. But being into nature, you guys, okay? The creator of the universe is the love frequency, not the fear frequency, okay? The love frequency. That's why this nature was put here by the creator, for us to dwell in its love, okay? Nature is love, okay? The frequency of love is in nature, you guys. Seriously, you need to get into nature. You need to ground yourself in nature, okay? Nature helps with anxiety too. Like, give yourself something to do, to be present. Watering your plants, trimming your plants, taking care of your plants. That puts you in the present moment. That helps with anxiety, okay? And it helps with depression. Just having plants in your freaking house. Like I said, I don't care if you live in a freaking homeless shelter. You better put you some plants. I don't care if you can't afford plants. Make you some plants. I make all my own plants. I do not buy no plants. I make my plants, and I have a bunch. Y'all, I literally... like, you don't even have to be able, like, you can't afford a pot. I don't want to hear none of it. Like, literally, I went to the freaking Dollar Tree and I got one of the things that like cost $1, like the little buckets that people store stuff in. I got one of those. Then I went and got me some nature, like, I just found me some freaking nature, some plants that I found on the ground, like, just from nature, from the bushes or whatever. And I got that. and I repotted it. I repotted it and made my own plant. And now it was just leaves, but now it's like sprouting flowers out. It's crazy, y'all. But anyways, yeah, there's no excuse not to have nature in your freaking house or wherever you stay, in your hotel room, in your car. When I lived in my car, y'all, I always had a little plant in my car. Seriously, I did. Y'all, you need to have nature around you. You need to surround yourself with nature. It's very important. It's very, very important. It is. Like, hug a tree. When you hug a tree, you're getting that energy off the tree, and that energy is coming onto you. Energy transfers are real. Be careful who you hug, okay? Don't just go around hugging anybody, y'all. Like, I'd rather just give you a little dap, a little elbow, like, real quick than give you a hug, because like, I can't do it. I don't even know if I want to dap and touch your hand type shit. But no, y'all, like, for real. If you have kids, hug your kids. You feel me? Small kids, they hold the highest freaking frequencies, y'all. They will make you feel better. When you're depressed and you have kids, they're there for a reason. They're there, okay? They hold so much love in them, you guys. Take your shoes off. Walk in the grass, okay? All the electrons from the earth is coming onto you, is going to help you be grounded. You need to stay grounded, you guys, okay? Colors, look up color science. You feel me? Green. This is a love color right here. Why do you think nature is green? It's a love color. Why do you think the heart chakra's color is green? The color of love. You guys, wear more green. Dye your hair green. Do something, y'all. You gotta have some green in your life, okay? For real. But yeah, you guys, like, it's so much you can do to really, like, heal your depression. Now, I'm not just talking about just dealing with your depression. Heal your depression, okay? The worst thing you can ever do for depression, you guys, I'm gonna tell you this right now. The worst thing you can ever do for depression or anxiety is take medication for that. Okay? You want to go to a mental health center to get counseling? That's perfectly fine. But do not let them get you on those meds, because those meds, all those meds do is put a Band-Aid on the shit. We don't want to put a Band-Aid on the shit. We want to do the inner work and heal the shit, because the more we keep Band-Aiding that shit up, we're stuffing that shit down. We're suppressing that depression down, y'all. So it's stuck in there, and all that medication is making us do is feel numb, and it's making us worse. We will never heal. Years and years and years will pass us by, and we will never be healed, you guys. Do not. You need to natural heal yourself. You need to natural heal yourself. Seriously. Be strong. That medication is for the weak. We cannot be weak out here. Everybody deals with anxiety and depression. Everybody deals with that shit. We're not going to run to the psych meds. We're not going to do that shit. We are going to deal with our shit and heal that shit. Okay? We're not going to run to the drugs or the alcohol and numb that shit and Band-Aid that shit. We're not going to do that shit. Okay? Because all that shit's doing is suppressing it and putting a Band-Aid on it, and then it wears off, and we need to take more medication tomorrow. We need to do more drugs tomorrow. We need to drink some more drink tomorrow. Because if we don't, we're going to feel that shit. We're going to feel that shit worse. We're going to feel that shit worse. Seriously. Than we were in the first place. If we don't. So, y'all, you got to just naturally deal with that shit and naturally heal that shit. That is the best way, y'all. That is the best way. Y'all need to freaking heal your chakras. If y'all don't know nothing about chakras, I have videos on chakras. Drop in the comments if you want me to make more videos, y'all. But I do have videos, okay? And chakras are very important. We need to have our chakras aligned. When our chakras start getting aligned and balanced out, you know, our depression will start going away. Our anxiety will start lessening. You know what I mean? Like, we will feel better. We will feel happier, you guys. Seriously, okay? We need to take control of our lives, you guys, okay? We need to get our power back, okay? What are you doing with your week? Are you writing out a weekly schedule? You should be writing out a weekly schedule, okay? You should plan your week out. What are you going to do, okay? Seriously, you should. Because if you don't, then you'll let the depression take over you and you'll just end up just laying in bed and soaking up the depression, okay? You can't do that. You can't do that. Plan stuff. Get out, go to the beach. Oh, today I'm going to the beach, okay? After work, I'm going for a walk out in the night. I'm going to walk the dog. I'm going to take my kid to the park. All these little things. You don't just write things that you need to do. You don't just write work, okay? You don't just write. You need to put play in there. There has to be play. You have to do something for fun. Fun has to be in your life. Every day you need to be doing something for just you, just for fun, something that you love to do. That is very important, okay? You cannot just freaking slave away to the matrix. You can't do that. You just can't. Like, seriously. I need to make a whole video on how important play is, the power of play, you guys, just to have play in your life, okay? Because kids don't just need to play, adults need to play too. And that's the thing. That's why a lot of adults just are so depressed, because they're not a kid no more, and now it's just all about so serious. The world's so serious. I need to just go to work and pay bills and that's my life. No. What are you doing for you? You need to take a day off. Everybody needs a day off. Seriously. We're not living in this life just to work and pay bills. That's not what life's about. You will feel depressed, okay? For real. I'm so serious. Like, I don't care if you don't have no kids or no family. Go see a movie by yourself. Get out the house. Put on a movie in your house. Whatever. You can do plenty of stuff that don't even cost money. There's plenty of stuff to do. Figure it out. That's what I'm saying. In the beginning of the week, make you a weekly plan on what you're going to do. What you're going to do. Your work, you feel me? Then what you're going to do for play. Then what you're going to do for your health. Okay? That's another big thing. Exercise. If you want to stop feeling depressed, exercise. Exercise not only helps with depression, it helps with anxiety as well. Okay? Seriously, like, exercise is so important. I don't even think I need to get into that, because I think we all already know how important it is to exercise. We just don't do it. But we need to be doing that every day. Whether it's just stretching. And I'm not saying every day. Of course, you want to have days off, rest days, of course. But we need to be doing it every week. There needs to be some type of exercise in our week. Even if you just start out with exercising once a week, you guys, do that. Exercise once a week for a whole month, okay? Then twice a week. You know what I mean? And soon you'll just be wanting to exercise every day. You'll be like, damn, I'm not exercising enough. 3-4 times a week. You feel me? But that's very important. Then when you start exercising, you're going to start seeing yourself look better, feel better. Your energy levels are going to be higher. You're going to start loving yourself more. You're going to start caring about yourself more. You are going to start caring about the way you eat now. Okay? Because that is a major, powerful thing right now. Well, it's always been. But that's a major, powerful thing. That the food is just getting worse, y'all. So, come on, man. We need to get it together. We need to get together when it comes to this food. Food is a big cause of depression. Why? Especially if we're eating animal food. If we're eating animals, you guys, meat, dairy, I gotta tell you, energy transfer is real, you guys. So whatever those abuse, torture emotions that the animals was feeling, anxiety, depression, energy can only be transferred, never destroyed. So when we consume that dead animal, we are consuming that depression from that animal, that anxiety, that fear, that PTSD. We're consuming all that from the animal, you guys. So I know how hard it can be to stop eating animals, but we gotta try. You want to feel depressed? Do you want to keep feeling depressed? It is so funny to me when I freaking, not even funny because it's not funny, but it's crazy to me when I hear people talk about how depressed they are, but I'm like, you still eating animals. So you want to complain about being depressed, but you still want to eat animals. And you really think that this ain't linked? You really think that what you eat is not linked to the way you're feeling? It is. It is. I'm telling you, energy is powerful. Energy is powerful. Not only is it bad for your health, but it's bad for your energy. That's what's causing your depression. Okay, we need to eat live food so we can feel alive. We eat dead food, we gonna feel dead. Okay? We need to eat living food. We need to eat high vibrating food. We need to consume fruits, you guys. We need to consume fruit. Okay? How are you starting your day? How are you starting your day? Are you starting your day with bacon? Why are you starting your day with a low frequency? Why are you starting your day with a pig? With a dead pig? Just tell me why. We should not start our day. We are breaking the fast. It's called breakfast. That means breaking the fast. What you break the fast for? Because you're fasting. When you're asleep, you're fasting. Because that's the longest you go without food. So that's a fast. Okay? So when you break the fast, whatever you break the fast with, that is the most important meal. Why do you think they say breakfast is the most important meal? It is. Because whatever you eat to break the fast, that's the most important meal. You got to break it with a high vibrating food, you guys. Just a high vibrating food. Seriously. Like, breakfast ain't the most important meal because, oh, you have to have breakfast. You have to eat breakfast. That's why people got it so twisted. They think that breakfast is the most important meal because, oh, I can't skip breakfast. I can't not feed my kid breakfast because breakfast is the most important meal. That's not what they meant by that. They meant it's the most important meal because what you eat, be very conscious of what you eat because that's most important. If it's the most important, you want to make sure that's the best meal you eat all day. So it got to be a high vibrating food, you guys. For real. But yeah, you guys, like, I think I said a lot on this video for you guys for now. Let me know if you guys want a part 2 when it comes to dealing with depression or anxiety. I got you guys. This is a very easy subject for me to touch on. I can talk about this all day, y'all. Literally, I can, because I've been there. I have, and I've healed myself, you guys. And once you heal yourself, life is just so much different. It doesn't matter what you're going through in life. It can't affect you. It can't affect you if you know the true medicine that you need. But anyways, y'all like, share, subscribe, and deuces.